What is going on, guys? Ghost here, and today we are back for another vlog. We're actually going to be working on the RC, or not RC, kind of the RC Power Wheels RC, whatever. But make sure you head over to ghostworkshop.com and pick you up a hat. We just got those. Or you can even get you a cool cup. Like, I've been literally using this cup every day since, like, Katie has made it, and over a year ago. So that means like it does last. So they do last. But today we're back out in the shop. Going to do some work. Got my shop foreman there. Is she asleep? She's asleep. All right. When the boss is asleep, then we can kind of slack a little bit. Yeah, her shirt says Daddy's new boss. But anyways, today we are going to be working on the Power Wheels. Now, I've made a little progress since last time I did a video. But here's the thing. I bought a bunch of like aluminum pipe and everything. And I was like, hey, we could braze those together. I've watched countless videos. I bought like a torch, well, basically like kind of like a torch. And I bought the brazing rods. They suck. Not going to use them. Like, I just couldn't get it to actually do good on it. It just wouldn't hold. And bless you. And I didn't want it to be I want it to be sturdy and everything, because again, George is going to be riding around in it. So I was like, well, get rid of that. So I bought all that aluminum for nothing, but I got it if I ever need it. But I went and bought some metal, and the crazy thing is, you get around here, like, I don't know where a metal shop is to actually get like a long tube of it. I'm only going like Roll King and stuff like that. I've got to find the metal shop, even if I got to drive like an hour away, because it's just buying a 3-foot section isn't going to cut it. Because literally, you know, I bought 3. Bless you. Allergic to bullcrap. Apparently. Anyways, I bought 3 and it literally didn't do. But it was 36 I used, and we had just a little bit left. I think it's 48 inches, and I mean, I used 36 of it right here. We bent. Not too happy right here with these bend too much right there, but it is a smaller pipe, so that was one of the problems, because this is a size pipe we're using. It's a 3/4 versus, I forgot what this was, but basically this was kind of the frame ideal I had. It runs basically from there, goes there, and goes all the way to here. And what I want to do is, I have a lovely assistant. Can I get you to hold this real fast? She asleep over there? Yeah. Alright, she's like knocked out. That's what I would do too, Georgia, if there was work to do. Gosh. Alright, hold that right there. And where is my...
I handed it to you.
Well, oh, here it is. Is this it? Oh, well, anyways, I cut this. I have a notcher. I have to show y'all that later. Man, notcher is like the best thing in the world. Basically, it's going to go like that, and the other one go there. But I'm going to put one here, one in the front, and then one in the, well, middle, and then one in the very front there. And we're going to weld all those together. So the frame should be pretty rigid, but I absolutely love that notcher. I mean, look at that. But that works out pretty good. Got me a basically kind of like an angle finder and stuff. That works really good too, especially if I'm freehanding it. And I know if I need to cut an angle or anything. Let me find my other pipe. Alright, so I got my other pipe. Basically, I'm just cutting all this stuff before I start welding it, so I know I got it. What's going to happen here is you have this, and we're going to come up a little bit, come that way and go down. Kind of like a little monster truck chassis when they do 4-link, because we are going to do 4-link. I've got this, I notched it. My notcher wouldn't go full, so that's kind of all I had to do. But that right there is about, I think, a 45, and I'm going to cut it like up here, and then we'll have another over here, and then basically it'll be welded, and when they are on, it'll be kind of slanted a little bit. And then we'll have one going there, one there, probably one in the middle, and then probably one here and here, to make it like it's should all be rigid. Should be a real good strong frame. Then the 4 links will bolt up to the pipes going across here. We'll make little links and everything. Now, I went to Roll King and everything, and sorry, hopefully that fan's not blowing on here too much, but it's like extremely, well, it's not really hot, but you've got to have air moving here. It does get hot. Like, we even have a fan for Georgia. Like, she's got her own, like, little fan. But anyways,
well, if they watch TikTok, they'd see it.
Yeah, if you watch your TikTok. Pink Out and the Ghost?
Yeah.
Pink Out and the Ghost. Why is yours first?
Because when I made it, it wasn't really, it was just, I was just watching TikTok. We wasn't doing TikTok. And
I'm the one walking around acting stupid on it.
You just took it over.
The bad thing is, like, we act like that in videos, like actually real life, like just goofy and a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, that would have been a good TikTok and stuff. But anyways, we gotta do some more cutting, and we'll do stuff. This is actually my pipe notcher. Check it out. So this was just a little cheap one with the kit that I got. Look at that. The first pipe, it actually killed itself. I mean, it like just crapped itself. But I bought another one. It's still not named brand. It's like a Hercules. But let me tell you, I had that, and cutting the aluminum, oh, it was easy. But when we started doing the metal, it was at a hard degree. Like, I got this was my dad's drill. I think this is my dad's drill. Anyways, like this thing right here, that thing will like break your wrist because it slipped and like, I like broke my fingernail, and like I thought it done ripped the cable out and everything. So next time I did it, like I was holding on pretty good. Then I got some oil and stuff sprayed so it doesn't get too hot. So we gotta do some measurements and everything. I went this morning, I went to Roll King, they were out of pipe. I went to Tractor Supply, they were like extremely too high for pipe. But we'll probably want to buy it anyways because I don't really know where else to buy. We went to Lowe's, didn't have it, and they just opened a new hardware store near us, and I actually forgot about it, to be honest, like because I was going to Roll King. So we went there and they had one. So we only have like a 3-foot piece and some small pieces here, so we should have enough to build our little, I guess you'd call it like a basket. What I like to do is try to get all the measurements, and then we can like cut it, and then we can do the other side too, and then we'll just have to kind of tack everything up and go from there. But I don't think we're gonna have enough pipe because I've got to have a good amount to go across, like the cross member pipe deal. But we were dancing, but we are getting it. We're starting to work back on this. I actually wasn't gonna record. I told Katie, I was like, should I go get the camera? She's like, yeah. Because I mean, I was going to record it, but I was going to be a little bit farther along. But hey, you know what? At least you know we are working on a sucker. And for the motor and stuff, I actually had to break it or something.
I didn't even touch it.
Anyways, for the motor and stuff, one of my buddies, I was telling him, he actually built like a remote control lawnmower and stuff. Yeah, he built a remote control lawnmower. This dude is like, when it comes to crazy stuff, he is the number one. Like, he literally has, like, it looks like the Hubble telescope sized down in his yard. Like, it's pretty legit. It's pretty cool. But anyways, I messaged him. I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is this. And he sent me like a PDF of how to build a remote control lawnmower. So we're going to take some of the ideas and everything. So I kind of know what kind of ESC I need to run a bigger battery. And then still got to find out the battery, and I got to find out the motor. I kind of have an idea for the motor. But for the steerings will be the hardest because I'm going to have to try to find a motor that I could set or whatever that it doesn't, it only turns to maybe like a 35 or, 40 degree and stops, and, we'll go back to center and does the other way too. That way the steering will be just like that, and it won't be a motor that tries to keep going, a whole 360, because that's what we don't need. And I don't want it when I turn it and I hold it, the motor's sitting there trying its best to keep going. So I kind of need to find that out. But that is going to be later on. I'm still like researching it and stuff, but that's kind of a little bit later. I got to have the frame first, and then we got to figure out the rear end and stuff, because I want to get a small enough motor but a powerful enough motor that I could build a little casing so you don't see the motor. It actually looks just like an actual just rear end and like a little rock crawler or something. So this is basically kind of like a rock crawler / monster truck, because it's going to be 4-link and stuff, and we're probably going to use go-kart shocks. I've got to find some go-kart shocks, but I know they're really not going to flex, because the shocks, a lot of them's rated for like 500, 600, 700 pounds. This thing's probably going to top out at maybe 75 to 100 pounds. Probably not even that. Probably around like 75 pounds. I don't know how much it weighs, but at the end we will. So put in the comments you think how much it's going to weigh, but you really don't know what size tires or anything. But I think it's going to be around 75. That's our goal. What do you think?
I don't know. Probably around that.
Yeah. Without Georgia. Without Georgia, because she's almost 12 pounds.
She is 12 pounds.
She's 12 pounds. She's 12 pounds now. We just took her for her 2-month appointment. She got her shots and everything.
What did you have?
And she was almost 12, so she's 12 now. So we got 12 pounds plus whatever this thing is.
We weighed her Sunday at my mom's.
Yeah.
And she was 12 pounds exactly.
Yeah. So, hey, you know what? She's growing, and that's good because she'll be around 4 months old when we do take the Power Wheels. I got until like July 1st to have this thing going and everything because we need it for a vacation because we're going to put it in a parade. We're going to walk behind it. It's going to be all decked out for the 4th of July parade at the Smokies. We stay in a cabin. So we got to have it all decked out because she's going to be riding in it and I'm going to be behind driving it. So July 1st is what's the deadline?
Even July 1st, so the day before.
The day before is
whatever the last day of June is.
Yeah, 31st? Is it 31 days?
Is in June.
June 31st? I don't know, but that's their last day. That is the goal. So we are going to be hammering on this. All right, so got this. It's going to be about a 3-inch, like, because we couldn't do too crazy. I wish this thing was longer, but it's like we kind of have to combine everything. So it's like, yeah. So that's why it's not really, can't really be a crazy rock crawler or anything like that. I wish it was a bigger Power Wheels, but the thing is though, this is kind of her first one. Eventually, like, I'm sure we'll build something even cooler. So, but we're going to do.
Next will be the Princess Carriage. Could you imagine?
Pulled by a Dodge Ram.
Or that.
No, the carriage pulled by the Dodge.
Ah, there you go.
She pulls her stuffed animals around it.
Well, yeah.
All right, so it's going to be about 3-inch. That's probably the opening. And then we'll get some bars, stick here. But everything's going to be kind of slanted inwards like that. And then the 4-link on the rear end will go basically kind of like that. I know it's going to be 4-link. It's going to be pretty cool. But that's going to be kind of like that. I'm going to have to cut this because everything is, I'm going to cut that. We got to kind of combine. I'm not going to be able to make that much of a bend to actually make it, because if I do, it's just going to kink it, and I don't want to kink it because that's kind of like, you know, structural. So I don't want to bend it, so we'll probably have to cut it and then weld these together. So we'll probably do it at an angle, but we are going to do about 3 inches high, and then I'll cut some slivers and stuff like that. I'm hoping, these are the scrap pieces I have. I jacked up somehow and like did this completely wrong. I don't know how. Like, I was like, what in the world? But I do have these as scrap pieces, but I think we should have enough to build this and that side, but not have enough to go around. But like I said, I do have a 3-foot piece, which we might go today and get more. It just depends on how much time we have, because we're just kind of chilling in the garage today anyways. So we'll go ahead and do some cutting. Alright, so I did some stuff. Now, I couldn't really bring it over, and I could cut it, but I think I'm going to do it like this, but of course I will cut the sides there, and then we'll lean it in, and then we'll probably put like a cap or something on it like that. But I think this is pretty good. This is kind of how I need to build it, and then I need through there. I've got to do a little bit of grinding there to get it to fit up just right. The only problem I'm having with my notcher is whenever I have a high bar and everything, because we're at like a 45. So the problem is whenever I have that in there, that right there is too long. I need to get me a shorter one. So that's the only thing, because it's all the way up like it could, and adjustments all the way up. Now this is supposed to go on like a drill press, but my drill press, as you see, is not tall enough. I need a bigger one. But I clamped it to the desk, put my big drill on, because it's a pretty good, takes a pretty big chuck size. So I did that, and it works really good. Need to clamp it a little better, but it works. But the thing is, when you have it like that and actually clamp it, that's too tall. I need to get like a little shorter one. But I actually had to buy just that. It was like $6 just for this one, because that one kept crapping out. But it looks like it is getting a little bit wear and tear, but it should last pretty good, hopefully, until we're done. I put like 3-to-1 oil on it anytime I'm using it, so it doesn't get too hot and try to eat up the teeth. So that was one of the problems. That's why it only goes halfway. You still have a little piece there, but we should be able to hopefully weld that up there real nice. So this is kind of how it's going to be. So I think what I'm going to do is I need to make probably 2 right there, one there, and one there. And I'll notch it at basically just a straight 90, kind of like we did here. And that should sit there, and that should be pretty good. And I actually bought a welding table over there. It's just a small table, so I'll put this on and I'll weld it up. That way it's all one unit. And then we can tilt it, then we can tack it on how we need. But I got to build another one of these. But what I'll do is I'll just draw this on pipe. It didn't take me, after making this one, it didn't take me a minute to make that one. It took longer just to cut it to length. So I'll probably have to make, I need to make 2 more of these. And then, so I'm hoping I have enough with that to do over there too. If not, I still got my other piece, but I was wanting to use it for here and here. So we're going to get a little bit farther than what we was. Like I said, a lot of it's just like trial and error. And once we get kind of like the base frame done, that's when I've got to start looking like, all right, how we're doing this or how we're doing that. And that's the fun stuff. This is just how we getting it to go. And also, for the shocks, I can't do it on here because it won't do a perfect like 90, because it bends it or it cranks it. I'm thinking if I put like sand or something in there, it might actually stop it. But I'm gonna see. I want to find a perfect like 90 to go on here, and it's going to go up here each side, and those are going to be the shock mounts. Might have a little extension, but it's going to be the shock mounts. So the shock actually does mount up in the fender well, and it'll go down to the actual axle. Tell me how cool that is going to be. But I've got to order some stuff, and I might see if I can actually find a, if I could order like a full-blown like U-shape or something like that, because I know you can order like exhaust stuff like that, but I need it in, this is like 3/4 inch pipe. Now I know a lot of people's gonna be like, well, that's not a big frame. But you gotta think though, this is a Power Wheels, and I can't put like literally 2 of these bars, or 1 of these bars weigh more than the 6-foot aluminum bar. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, well, we got to kind of watch with weight and everything too, because again, we don't want it really be too heavy. But I'm going to go ahead and do some measuring and stuff, and then we'll do some cutting and do some notching. Yeah. And the boss, she's not happy. I hear her over there. She's not happy. She's like, he's not done yet. Come on. Alright, so I went ahead and made one of these, basically one that way and one facing that way. Both of these need to be the same. So I'm telling you, put that 3-1 oil on it, and then I put my marker on it, and it's like legit. You can't see it. But basically what I'm doing is just taking it, and I'll cut this one end out first, and then I'll take this, mock it up there, and then cut it or that way I know where to cut it. I'll have to cut it, and then I'll put that on the notcher, because again it's too big. So let's go ahead and notch this bad boy. It's basically how I've been doing all the others. Now this goes up a little bit, so it won't be right on when we start. I gotta get my clamp. I bent my clamp, and it only goes so far, so I need to get a new one or bend that back. I could heat it a minute, but what I do is, have me some 3-in-1 oil. I just put that there so it don't get too hot. All right. And now it will need cleaned off a little bit, and like I finally bought me some files. I should have bought me a bigger pack, but I got this. Now it should go on there, but what I'll do is I'll file it down some, and it'll make it fit a little better, because we do got a little bit of gaps, but I can work on it a little bit. And I got somewhere it goes like on the end, not a Dremel, but actually probably could use it, but it grinds the metal out and stuff. So I have to do a little tweaking and stuff, you know. But what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take this. Oh, we'll leave some crap off. And burrs are getting your finger. It hurt. All right, that should be good enough. Cool thing is, if I ever do nuts and bolts, so I can separate my nuts and bolts on the bottom of this thing. All right, so I want to make sure that's there, and we'll cut it. Right there, and it don't have to be the straightest, because again we're basically chopping the end of it off. Backing up, ain't you?
I about fell down.
Thought I'd go boom. Alright, we'll take this, put it back up in here. That needs to be turned like that. It's like legit. We've got to put it almost all the way up in there. So right there. And by the way, like, I'm not a professional. I'm just making do what works for me. And I know people's like, oh my gosh, it's like, you're going into too much detail, or you're not going into too much, or if you're not going into too much detail. So man, I'm just out here in my garage, like y'all out here just like hanging out, you know, hanging out. We break stuff
Down the street.
Yeah. Yeah. I did good the first time, second time. Alright, we got that one. Basically, we just gotta clean these up. Not my lucky pen. I don't know how lucky it is. Now, we got those. I don't think we're gonna have enough to the top, but what I want to do is I'll cut. We might. I'll cut this off, then we'll lay it here, and then we'll measure what size we need, then we can cut it, and basically we just like start notching it. And good thing about that is when I put it back up level to a 90 straight down notch, I don't even have to cut the pipe. Basically I just stick it in there so it does its thing, and then I'll measure it, and where my mark is where I'll put the drill down on the corner there, and it'll go down like that. So be pretty good. Alright, so we're probably not going to put two of these, probably just going to put one. Kind of got everything how I want it. I gotta set it up better, and like I said, I gotta grind in there a little bit, well, with the file a little bit. This is how kind of what I wanted. And then what will happen is I'll have a bar over here going over, a bar there. We might actually go ahead and cut. Then I need this mimic to that side, and then we'll have a bar going from there over there, bar going from there, and might do a middle one. We might actually put one here going over. And basically once all that's done, I really don't need the actual plastic body, unless, you know, when I do the loops or something like that. But I gotta still find out how I'm gonna do that. But it's kind of like a little mini truck, like little monster truck frame is kind of what I'm going for. I think it looks pretty good. I'll end up probably cutting that and making it all uniform and stuff. And we'll probably paint this a cool looking color. Probably, Georgia, what's your favorite color? Pink? Okay, it's undecided right now. Could be purple. Never know. Anyways, but getting it and everything. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think I really don't have enough left to do the other side of the little drop down frame. So I'm going to get my other bar, measure, cut those, and then put it together and kind of see what it's looking like. And once all that's good, I'll probably have to go get some more, maybe tomorrow or something like that. But I did want to get a little bit going today. It does take a little bit because it's like I'm kind of new at like putting this whole stuff together. So we're just doing what we can. Like I said, there's really not a manual how to do it. I'm just having fun. Alright, so we're basically done. I'm out of material. I actually cut a middle bar here, but it's actually a little too high, so I'm going to have to cut it down. But the only thing is, it's the only bad thing I found about this notcher is if the piece is too small and you have to like notch this, it's got to be long enough to go all the way through. So it's like you kind of have to have a pretty good length piece. Even this one right here, when I put it through there and get it where I need it, that it starts pointing upwards. So that needs to be kind of closer. I wish it was, or have like maybe a third prong or something in there, because it's actually, it needs to be pretty close, because right now it's like you have to have a pretty good sized piece. So that's the only downfall there. But like I said, I've got to put, this is what this was actually starting to be. It was going to be a middle bar for that side over there. Now I still got to do some grinding and everything, but once we weld it up and stuff, we'll go and make it look a little better. But I need to probably get rid of this one, and this is no good. And what we'll do is, I'll go tomorrow maybe, because it's actually getting a little bit late this evening. Go tomorrow and stuff and try to get probably 2 or 3 more. Because what sucked was like, if I got them from Tractor Supply, it was like $4 or $5 more. And once you buy 3 more, it's like $15 more for the exact things that you just bought. So I'm hoping by the time we go tomorrow, and I'll go check and see if anybody has them, and then we'll start working back on it. But like I said, we're almost ready to start tacking up the frame. I did get this piece in. I got this piece in. Now this might not be exact. I've got to measure. I just stuck it in there. Got to measure it and everything. And then back here, we gotta kind of measure it and everything. Like I said, we are going to do a loop. I'm going to look online and see if I can find like a pre-bent one or something, because like I said, I can't bend it that much because it wants to kink, and I don't need it to really kink like that. It might not if I use, because I've got these bigger dies, but again, it's like that's a little bit overkill for the loop that I would actually need. So that's the cool thing though. I do have some different dies and stuff. I think this is the second, and then goes all the way up to bigger ones. But using that little pipe in these would be kind of hard to do. But I gotta go pick up some more stuff anyways. I hope everybody's enjoying the little Power Wheels thing. I've been getting a lot of questions asking, hey, when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? You know, when you gonna start back and everything. So we are back doing vlogs and stuff. But I'm telling you, they got it made back there. Like, just chilling, relaxing. But anyway, so we are going to start doing vlogs and stuff. I got to show you something I brought home. Check those bad boys out. Those are 15-inch spacers that Kzat built for the Trailblazer from me. Basically, it's 6-lug Trailblazer pattern, and then it's 5-lug Dodge Ram pattern, because the rims that came off the first gen I'm going to use because they're 15s, and we're probably just going to put the stock tires on there and just see what it looks like. But then I got 44s sitting around the front that we're going to slap on and see what, you know, it looks like. I think it's going to be fun. You know, I know other people's done it and everything. I've actually seen a couple YouTubers actually do it. But the thing is, though, it's like, I haven't gotten to do it, and I want to do it. You know, that's, somebody's like, oh, you're copying people. Yeah, but does that mean when you get out and cut your grass, you're copying somebody that's, you know, that cut their grass too? I mean, I can kind of see how it is, but it's like, man, I just want to have fun, and that looked cool. But we are going to do some cool stuff to the Trailblazer, but all in good time. But like I said, my main priority right now is getting the RC Power Wheels going. At least I'm going to try to get everything built, and of course have all electronics. The worst case scenario is we don't have it at Power Wheels, or we don't have it at RC, and I have to just basically weld a little handle on it and pull it like a wagon and everything. But she's going to have something down there. This is going to be cool. I mean, like I told Dad, I told Katie, is like my Dad built me like this like crazy bike. Like we had this like little, it's like a little like BMX bike. And I told Dad, I was like, I really want like I want some big old ape hangers on it. So me and my dad, we went to a muffler shop, and he told the guy the measurements. It was like this big old U, you know, of course with the handles. And the guy, he's like, now what's this for? And my dad was like, well, we're building my son a bike. He wants big old ape hanger, you know, bars and stuff. Let me tell you what, we put those on there. And people that did have like the high-rise ape hanger motorcycle, you know, on motorcycles, they looked away because they were so big on that bike. And I remember riding around the campground, and people were like asking, like, oh my God, that's so cool, it's so cool. It was so stupid, it was cool. And I remember saying, yeah, my dad built them. So it's my turn for my daughter to go around with something I built, so. But anyways, guys, I hope everybody is enjoying the video. If you have any ideas or something, put it in the comments. Like, I'm always open to ideas, and if you don't have any ideas, just say hi. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and stuff. Anyways, guys, this is Ghost.
And Katie. And Georgia.
And we are out of here. Woo! America. Don't forget, ghostworkshop.com. Get your hat. It's nice and comfy. All proceeds go to fixing up my crappy vehicles and Georgia's Power Wheels. She don't even. Look, it's like she ain't even got no wheels on it yet. I'll see y'all later.